I just think, like, again, that light changing for Saul would be awesome.
It would.
That's what I was hoping for in the show.
Because all we've seen is like, oh, it's Slippin' Jimmy, and then he just fully like embodies that.
We're back here with episode 10, season 6 of Better Call Saul, Nippy, and this episode was a little rough for me personally.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little slower. Not much. I mean, I like what happens, but it's not super exciting.
Yeah. It's a... You'll see in our score here in a little bit. It is a good, well-written episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, at this point in the game, it's just not what I want. Yeah. So we got 3 more episodes to go, which I'm super excited about. If you don't know, the next episode is actually called Breaking Bad, which my lovely wife told me. And I'm so excited about that. Because that, as we know, Saul Goodman was introduced in the episode called Better Call Saul. And now
in the show Breaking Bad.
In the show Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
And now, hopefully, Walt and Jesse are introduced in the episode called Breaking Bad in Better Call Saul. Get that little mirroring going.
If they just tease us and nothing happens and we don't see them next episode, I will be so sad.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Well, so
it has to be that.
Yeah. We've seen Walt and... No, just Walt. We've seen the actor, Bryan Cranston, say, in my scene that I shot, which he said in an interview, that does not make me excited if it's only going to be one scene, but...
Right.
What's the other thing you saw? Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk in some interview, like some wireless, whatever it's called, he said, we know that we see Walt and Jesse more than once at the end of this season. So I don't know.
Okay. So we got some diverting opinions there.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning towards the Bob Odenkirk one.
That's one.
I have a hard belief that it'll be just one episode. As we saw with Hank, they had a few scenes with him.
Yeah, that was great.
Upwards of 5, I would say.
Didn't we see him that one episode?
No. Multiple episodes. Yeah. And so...
Wait, what?
Yeah. He's a cop throughout multiple episodes.
Are you serious? I only remember the one time where...
Well, they did the one where...
Oh, no. I remember
picked up the drops points.
Yes.
And then they had the one where he was... I can't remember.
They're in the...
Well, now you're making me... Sorry. I would have said 3 to 5 episodes he was in. No.
I don't think 5, but no, you're right.
Must have been 3.
It's more than once, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to Walt and Jesse next episode. I am actually excited. Excited. I am glad that we missed this episode because we were on a trip, which is why this episode is late.
Yeah.
We will normally be doing these the night of the episode when it's all fresh, but I'm glad that we were on vacation last week and that this is the episode we missed because this could be a shorter episode as I just don't feel like there's much to go over. I know some people have been flirting around the idea that this is the Fly episode of the show.
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see that.
Which, it's true to some degree. I mean, there's a lot more action than this one. However, my entertainment score is a lot higher in the Fly one. And I want to get into that. I want to get into that with you later. We can go over why we think that's the case.
Yeah,
but you might not agree with that. But I do want to get through to the correlation there. So, let's just get... Okay, so what were your immediate reactions? I know we already kind of gone over it, but... Episode ends. What did you think?
Okay, at the end. Okay, when it ends. Okay. Just not disappointed that it was a bad episode because it was good. Just disappointed that I didn't get more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. I was looking forward to the black and white ending, Gene ending, and then getting us back into the good stuff. Uh-huh. And that horizon never came.
No.
I kept waiting and it never came.
Mm-hmm.
But I did call this. I have to say, I did call this, and Stacey can attest for me that in the beginning of this season, I said there's going to be a full black and white episode. But I said that believing that much more would happen. Like some Kim action or something. Not this, unfortunately. But hey, I was right. We got a full black and white.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like the episode. I liked, because they're always clever. I just like how clever they make the episodes and just how clever Jimmy is, I guess. Or Saul. Or Gene.
Because without spoiling it, this whole episode revolves around a singular Saul Goodman heist. And they were very creative with that. Which is why our score is higher than our entertainment score. Because I do think the episode was well written. It was good. I just feel like it's out of place for me. For what I am desiring in these last 4 episodes of Better Call Saul. So, let's get straight into the scores. Well, actually, hold on. Let me tell you what I think. I think that this episode, my immediate reaction was just disappointment coming out of it.
Yeah.
I was expecting these last 4 to just be bangers, and in all reality, to the Breaking Bad universe, this doesn't move anything along. It doesn't show us any character trait, nothing. All it does is give us some insight into post Breaking Bad Jimmy in a longer detail, and nothing's changed. But nothing's learned.
No big revelations or anything.
Nothing learned. And because of this, I did fall out of entertainment at times, where I was like, is this still going? Like, this is a long scene. And because of that, we gave this a 75% entertainment score.
Yeah.
And then it just was not as intriguing to polling because of the placement of the episode in the show. And then we gave it a score, our critical score of 84 to 100. Like we said, well written, creative. Mm-hmm. I liked the when he did the 1 through 10, picking out the clothes, which you'll see. There's just some good lines and things that made it a good show, a good episode. But other than that, and then again, we do not give our Midnight Star. Our Midnight Star is basically our Michelin star of the entertainment industry. As you saw on the graphic, it's not available for specific episodes, but we will be doing them for full-out seasons. So on the last episode of the show, we will be giving our season rank, our season Midnight Star. Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Me too. So, and then for our little bio, for those people who want to see that. So this episode follows a singular heist of Gene Takovic in exchange for a favor. Jimmy is able to wear the Saul Goodman persona again, bringing back former characters. This episode follows the normal rhetoric of a slow Better Call Saul episode. There are many good nuggets to enjoy, per usual, but feels more of a letdown as it's placed in the waning episodes of the series. You like that?
I do.
Yeah.
Because you think about all the episodes that we have had before and how intense they are. Or just how good it is, too. Because, like, the last one was just, like, sad. Mm-hmm. And, like, the aftermath of everything. But it was just so good because it just gave you so much information, like
story
furthering.
Progression.
Yeah.
And, you finally get to see the development. And this episode just felt like a cavity of the hills that we've been experiencing.
Oh. I guess I can appreciate that it was, like...
we appreciate the episode.
That there was like a step back, like
no, you don't need that. No.
Well, because we were so stressed.
Breaking Bad.
I guess that's true.
No,
that's true.
It was 6 episodes.
Episode after
amazing.
episode, I was freaking out.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I guess
And this isn't Breaking Bad, so I need to stop making that comparison. But it is in the same world, and I'm going to bring it up. So let's get into the spoilers now. So for me, I want to get into this compared to the Fly episode.
Yeah, please.
So personally, this episode, people like this show as good as Better Call Breaking Bad or more, which I can understand it. If Breaking Bad's a little bit too gritty and like gross at times, I get that. Those type of things make me love Breaking Bad even more. So I get it for people, right? Everyone has a different flavor and taste to these things. But this is a perfect example for me of this is a perfect example of the reason why Better Call Saul is not as good. Is there are multiple of these type of episodes throughout the show. We had 3 of them in this season where it's too slow, not enough character development, not enough story progression, and I feel like they're just showing us these little details that are not important at all. Am I right?
Yeah. You're left wanting more, too.
Let's just give a little example. Let's think. I just feel like there are decisions that are made in Breaking Bad that are done in an appropriate time that keep you entertained, and you feel the conclusion of that event happen in that same episode. Better Call Saul, they pull it out. They show you every detail, and those details to me are not important. Sure, it's interesting. Sure, it's cool, etc. But I just don't care about it enough.
Okay, yeah.
Breaking Bad. Let's go find. We need a new place to make meth in season 5. It takes half an episode.
Right.
They show all the details. They show them we're going through different places. There's funny dialogue. There's stuff that entertains you. They get to it. They explain and it's good.
Yeah.
I feel like something like that in Better Call Saul, that would take 3 episodes to figure that out, and they show every detail and move slowly, and it annoys me. And that is why this show, as a person who's always correlating it to Breaking Bad, which I know I shouldn't, but as a person who does it, this is the perfect example of why this show is just not as good.
So then what are you doing with the Fly episode? Are you just talking about, like, even the Fly episode
yes.
is a slower kind of thing?
Yes. So this is the point I want to get to as well. The Fly episode in Breaking Bad, even though it was slow, this is my what I believe is the reason why it's better. And it might not be for you, but this is personal. I believe because the characters are better in Breaking Bad, that you can have an episode like that where it's entertaining, the story progression matters more in that episode because you are seeing some character come out of Walt and Jesse. Yeah. Even though there's a lot of it that's not necessary, there's something about it that I like better. And I think it's just the fact that in this show, I'm trying to think, Kim, maybe it's just the whole prequelness of it that, like, I care a lot about Kim. But that's like one of the main characters I only care, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Well, I mean, like, Kim is someone that's new to us. We don't really know. We know she's not in Saul's life, but we don't know where she's at or, like, I don't know, anything about her during Breaking Bad time that I feel like, is that what you're saying? Like, you're more...
I just feel like the characters are better in Breaking Bad than this show.
Oh, okay.
Which makes this episode like Fly actually entertaining compared to this one. Where the other issue is, in Better Call Saul, Saul just isn't funny.
See, I don't have that much of a problem with him like that.
I do. It's not funny.
I mean, okay, because you're comparing him, I think, to Breaking Bad, where he says these, like...
Dude, he's so funny.
Yeah, it's really funny. But
If you haven't watched Breaking Bad in a long time, go back and watch his highlights. He is hilarious. Because you might have forgotten, because it's been a while, but he's hilarious.
Yeah, he is. I agree.
Is he ever funny in the show?
In Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he says, like, he just is witty. So I think he has, like, these lines that are funny to me. But not as, like, burst out laughing like Breaking Bad. Yeah. So I don't have that big of a problem as you do with that.
But, like, in Fly, we got Jesse, who's hilarious, right?
Yeah, I love Jesse.
There's probably multiple times in that episode that make me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Because Jesse's being stupid or whatever. But there's just no comedic relief in this show either.
Okay. Yeah.
I just feel like the show lacks in a lot of ways compared to Breaking Bad. And if you've only seen it one time, you will not remember the funniness as much, right? I remember my first time watching it, all I remember was the dramatic, amazing moments. But the more I watch it, the more I'm just like, this is straight up a comedy at times. Yeah. It's so funny.
I feel like you pointed that out to
relief.
me.
Yeah. There's no comedic relief in Better Call Saul. Which would bring some of these mundane episodes up. You're like, that's hilarious.
But there are moments where there is comedic like relief, is there not? Well, like, I'll just think of, like, his camera crew people. Yeah. Like, there might not be like a specific thing, but they kind of bring that.
They try, and it's decent, yeah. But it's not even close to as funny as Breaking Bad, I guess. I'm not saying they don't try to be funny at times. It just doesn't land with me as much. You know?
No, I think I agree, but.
But, so let's get into the scenes now. I guess you have anything else to say about The Fly?
No, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree. Yeah. And I agree. Yeah. And I think I like the Fly episode better. Yeah. But I think it's just because of Jesse. Mm-hmm. I like his character a lot. Yeah. And he's great in that one. So, anyways.
See, but a lot of people wouldn't be. I
wouldn't. What?
What do you call it? With the Fly episode, a lot of people I feel like don't like that episode that much.
Well, yeah. I
that's more as an ultra fan for me. Like
that's what I was gonna say.
I dig it
because I watched it with you. And so when the Fly episode came up, I enjoyed it because you were like pointing things out, or
just talking.
So I bet if I was watching it through and now all these things were happening in the Fly episode, I probably wouldn't like it as much either. Mm-hmm.
So. Let's get into it then. So the first scene is Marion gets stuck in the snow and Jimmy begins his plans. Mm-hmm. So we know that the last time we saw Black and White Jimmy, Gene Takovic, we saw him saying, "I'm going to fix this issue." That someone saw me and knows who I am. So this whole episode is based around that, obviously. So he puts up the little posters. He says he's looking for the cat. He purposely gets her stuck because she mentions, "What is this doing here for?" I don't even know what it was because it's black and white. It looked like snow to me, but I don't know what it was.
I think it was snow. I think he purposely moved
Put the snow. Okay. And then he helps her into the house, and you realize that the old lady, Miss Hannigan from Annie, bless up, she is the mother of the taxi driver who noticed Saul. Right. And this brings me to a point. They recasted the cab driver.
Did you see why?
No, I did not see why. But when I watched this whole episode without ever clicking, but I was like, this guy looks so different. Like, just in the back of my head, I was like, something was whack about this cab driver.
Seemed a little off, yeah.
And finally today I was looking, I was like, okay, he's a different actor. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. And that bugs me a little bit. Yeah. He looks different.
Because the only inconsistency of characters, unless I'm totally wrong, but is just the changing of Mike's granddaughter. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this one, I'm like, I feel like they have to have a good reason on why that guy was changed.
I did not see, unfortunately. But that bugged me. I remember immediately seeing him like, they're trying to make this the taxi driver. But I was just confused. I did not fully realize it. And then also something funny is a news article from Screen Rant says, if you call Saul's number for Nippy on the poster, you will get a message gushing over his little furball Nippy, saying he hopes you will help him find Nippy. So if you call that number on the poster, you will get...
Did you do it?
No, but I saw that in the news article. But yeah, you'll see that. You'll hear Jimmy McGill talk to you about it.
That's awesome.
Which is funny. And then this is about how it all begins, and we get Gene... So Jimmy offers Jeff, the taxi driver, a chance to be in the game.
Right, because the taxi driver wasn't trying to blackmail him or like, hey, I'm going to turn you into the police or anything. Well, right, because he had gone home and whatever. But like, he saw him and he's like, I don't know.
And that's what they alluded to. That's what they showed, but Jimmy did not believe that way.
Yeah, he couldn't risk it, I'm sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So... he offers him to be in the game if he promises not to tell on him, basically.
Right. Doesn't he say, like, we're done?
Yeah.
I'll show you the game and we're done.
That's at the very end as well. Oh. But that might also be there, too. I can't remember. He then grabs Marcos's pinky ring.
Yes.
The infamous Saul ring that he always wears.
Best friend.
Yeah. Just showing that, they always do these little analogies in the show. Yep. Just to show you he's back. He's back in it.
He's back doing his little scams, his heists.
Yeah. So I think for me, the whole highlight of this episode was probably the security guard.
Yeah, me too.
From Parks and Rec, if you've seen that show. So what he'd do is he'd give him Cinnabon rolls throughout the week. I'm not sure how often, probably pretty often, every day probably. And he would time how long he ate the cinnamon roll to see the cinnamon Cinnabon roll, just to see how long it would take him, to see how much time he had to steal the clothes from the whatever store it was in the mall. And so we got to see a lot of the security guard knifing and forking his cinnamon roll and eating it the same way every single time as he looks away from the monitors behind him.
Yep.
And yeah, I enjoyed that.
I did too, and like Jimmy's a smooth talker too. He knows he can like keep his attention. Oh, I guess that's what happens later when they're actually trying to pull the heist is keeping his attention and stuff. But like, he can make himself so likable, and like that security guard was like the perfect kind of security guard to distract.
Yes.
You know, just a nice kind of guy. Enjoying a Cinnabon roll. I really wanted one too, watching that episode.
Yeah, for sure. And then they have that little montage scene showing him constantly going up, being let in by the guards. He gives them both the cinnamon roll.
Yep.
And speaks with him about football. And it's just another Breaking Bad montage scene. During this time is when I was probably fading out a little bit of the show.
Yeah.
I was like, so this whole show's gonna be about this, okay. And I was like, this has no impact on the show necessarily.
Right, that's the thing. Because with Gene, I mean, like, obviously all of us viewers are, like, waiting for something. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the show. We know something will, but we don't know what to guess.
That's true.
You know, so we're all there waiting and sitting there. But nothing happens to further along whatever we're kind of expecting.
That's true. If I would have gone in with a different mindset, I probably could have enjoyed the episode more throughout. If I realized that this could go bad for him. Like, what if this ended with him going to jail? And they found him out?
That would have been awesome. And then, I guess that could have ended there, too.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Right, but then you would have been more...
I would have been way more entertained if that's... Yeah. But nothing happened at the end.
Clued in.
It was just a character development for Saul, but it wasn't even, though.
And it wasn't anything new. We already know that he can... You know, we've already seen... him doing these scams or heists or whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. But that could have been good. Come on, guys. That could have been good. So, then the other good part was, so Saul has Jeff grabbing the clothes and doing practice runs out in like a fenced-off area that he had to practice out as he measured the paces. I felt like that was a little extreme.
Really?
Yes. Okay, let's put all these poles and let's have them wrapped let's have them all tightly wrapped in this huge square. Come on, just put some rocks down.
Okay, I was gonna say, but you didn't think it was too much for them to practice, though.
No, that's fine.
Because he couldn't just rely on some guy to,
But like, they put some lot of work. I mean, Jimmy is not a slacker. We know that he puts a lot of work in.
Yep.
But that just felt a little extreme for me. I was like, when they started doing that, I was like, that's too much. You didn't feel that way?
I see what you're saying, but...
I mean, it's not a detriment to the episode, but it's just a thought. I was like, that's too much. I don't feel like he'd want to put all this posts up and whatnot.
Yeah.
So then... Oh, yeah, then we got the reference to Walt in that episode.
Oh, right.
I mean, sorry, in that scene, which is good. It's just a one-liner, if I recall. He's like saying, Jeff is saying, I don't know if I can do this. It's too hard, or whatever he says. Mm-hmm. And then Saul says, I had a 50-year-old chemistry teacher come up to make millions or whatever. You can do this. You're just going to steal some clothes. So that was good.
Yeah.
Little reference to Walt.
Anything Breaking Bad references.
That's good.
Well loved.
Yeah. So then we get the whole box. Now we get the burglary scene.
Yeah.
So Saul goes back up to the security guard. He gives him the Cinnabon. Mm-hmm. He texts him saying, I'm ready, once he starts eating, because then he knows he has 3 minutes. And that's when he gets out of the box that they placed inside, making this whole scheme to make sense for the box to be there so that he can put the clothes in the box after he leaves.
Right.
And that he lays in it throughout the night, ready for this. So then he's grabbing. And by the end of it, I was getting scared that literally the heist would be a no conflict heist.
Me too. Like, he was like doing everything, and I mean, I knew they had to, but it was making it seem like everything was going great.
Yeah. I was like, is this really how this is going to go? He's really going to just grab everything and just be fine.
No.
But then we get a little bit of conflict.
Yeah.
I wasn't too scared. But now, as I'm looking back, I probably should have been a little scared.
Yeah.
Realizing that this could have actually gone really bad for him.
Definitely.
And he could have gone to jail or whatever. But then he uses his Saul Goodman flair to keep his attention on him so he doesn't look behind him at the cameras, the TV screens, as Jeff fell on his head on the ground, slipped on his head.
That was pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
Like him waiting for him to wake up and you just see him laying there.
But yeah, he just brings up how he's sad.
Yep.
Don't
So it's kind of like
truth to
half
that.
truths, maybe, probably, you know? Because he is, you know.
Yeah, I remember the time not thinking much about that, but this was 5 days ago, so I could be wrong. There might be more to that dialogue than I remember.
Probably. And I feel like we weren't as tuned in.
Yeah, we weren't, yeah.
I mean, I was, but I wasn't trying to analyze anything that he was saying. I was just watching it because I didn't think much of it, because it was like, oh, this whole episode's just going to be this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to, like, analyze or anything.
I agree. But they succeed at the end.
They do.
Mm-hmm. And then we get the last scene, which was Gene looking at the Saul Goodman-like clothes, which you can't tell because of the black and white. I mean, you can tell because it's kind of got that pattern on it and whatnot.
Yeah, you can see.
And you can just assume that's colored.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just grabbing a tacky, or his, like, dress shirt and tie.
Yeah. He grabs the shirt, puts up the tie on, up, and, you know.
I really like that.
Just showing that he's missing Saul.
Mm-hmm. I know that's the thing, too. I'm reminiscing, whatever it was. Is that he still can look back on it and, like, miss it and like it, or, you know.
Well, we know that because the very first episode, he watches his old videos.
That, too.
Yeah.
Like, he misses his old life, but it's like that old life that you had is what brought you here.
Yeah.
To having to go into hiding.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he is
felt
ashamed.
on top of the world. He made a lot of money. He had fun.
He was good at what he did, man.
Yeah. But, and that's another thing I want to get into. So that's the end of the episode. That's everything.
Yeah.
As we said, this might be a little shorter one, as there just wasn't as much to talk about. But I'm still surprised that they had no reference to Kim.
Oh, yeah. Because that's what we're expecting, or that's what we're guessing.
Yeah, we're expecting this show to wrap up seeing the Kim resolution, right? And I'm just shocked that there was nothing about Kim. No phone call at the end, nothing to show what's going on.
No.
If they don't show us Kim again in future tense, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, I mean, I could see them in, like, Breaking Bad times that they close that chapter.
Yeah. But how is Gene gonna end, you know?
That's
a
why,
good guess.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I don't know.
Dead? I don't know.
Is that too...
I don't feel like Jimmy would kill himself.
Yeah.
He's too... I don't know. He's just a scaredy cat.
Is that too similar to...
Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes the similitudes between each other are good.
Yeah. Just shows.
Just like the correlations, seeing them.
Yep.
It can be good. But I just don't see him dying unless he gets killed. I don't see any way in which that happens. But,
I know. But us saying that probably might happen now.
Mm-hmm. So so just to wrap up, as I was looking at comments about this episode, I saw one that was really good, and there's no way that this obviously cannot happen, but I really enjoyed it, and I just feel like this would have been the perfect way for the show to end. Or just to wrap up what happened 2 episodes ago with Kim. Sorry, last episode.
Yeah.
So this is what they said, and I think this is how Better Call Saul should have ended, because I was hoping that Better Call Saul would bring a perspective that would shine a new light on Breaking Bad, that would change how we see Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
But at this point, from what we know now, that has not changed. Our perspective is still in line with what we had before, and nothing's different. No. Basically. Except now we know his past life, but that doesn't change how we see Saul now.
Right.
What this person said was, and I'm mad I didn't think about this, he said he wishes that Kim was fine, but that the cartel had a gun to her, basically saying, you're going to be a cartel lawyer, and if you don't do it, she will die. So he does all of this, Saul Goodman-y in Breaking Bad, just to keep Kim alive. Which completely shifts your perspective of Saul what it would.
Like he hasn't totally broke bad.
Yeah, it's like he's literally doing this, and then it makes him look sad in the Gene Takovic black and white scenes because you're like, his life is ruined because he had to keep doing this for Kim.
Oh,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
That'd be so good. That whole new perspective on it, which just change everything in Breaking Bad in the Better Call Saul scenes.
Yeah,
like he's literally doing this because
it's not like, oh, you dummy.
And like maybe, what do you call it? Like maybe Mike set Saul out to start talking with Walt in season 2 on purpose. Like it wasn't Saul's choice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like there's just so many things that could have changed, and I wanted to bring that up to you to hear your thoughts on that because I think that'd be godlike.
I would love that because then you could go back and you're watching Breaking Bad and you just have more sympathy for him.
Yes.
Because you know how things end for him. Everything goes bad, but he was doing it because
of love.
Of love.
But now it's not out of love. It's the exact opposite.
No. It's just kind of like, well...
Not the opposite, but it's just out of heartbreak.
Yeah.
Which is a lot. It's different. But I just think, like, again, that light changing for Saul would be awesome.
It would.
That's what I was hoping for in the show.
Because all we've seen is, like, oh, it's Slippin' Jimmy. And then he just fully, like, embodies that in Breaking Bad.
And like this whole time we've been expecting the show to just be about Jimmy breaking bad.
Yeah.
And then he breaks bad at the end, and then he's breaking bad, But it'd be so cool to see him not break bad.
A little switch.
Yeah, not break bad, and then he's been forced to be bad.
That would have been... That would have been real cool.
Yeah. So, all in all, I honestly could have seen our entertainment score be a little lower. But because... Sorry, I could see my entertainment score being a little lower for the non-fans, like huge Better Call Saul Breaking Bad fans. I could see this being like a 68, 65 if I was not a Breaking Bad fanatic, honestly. But 75 is good because I still love seeing all the nuggets, seeing all the cool little information we get, seeing Jimmy, just
seeing him do his thing, Yeah. Set the grandma up to go into the house and walking around the mall to get the steps in to map it out somewhere else. Yeah. It's still enjoyable because you get to see his mind or what he thinks and stuff, but it didn't further anything. And that's my
we're
low.
Pissed. Yes. But we have 3 more episodes. Hopefully get some Walt and Jesse next episode. It's going to be a banger. I'm so excited. We got the next episode in about, what is it? Is it Friday?
Yep.
So we got another one in about Saturday, Sunday, 2 days from when you watch this. Let us know your entertainment and critical score in the comments below.
Yep.
Let us know if you think it was bad. Our thoughts, if you thought our thoughts were bad or good.
If you disagree.
Yeah, because we saw a lot of comments saying there's a lot of people saying, oh, this episode is so good.
Yeah.
Classic, it's so good. I was like, maybe like season 1, season 2.
Yeah. Right.
But not at this point. This is the climax. Show us the climax of what we want to see. But off that note, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and bless you.